Good morning, good evening, wherever you are across the nation and around the world. This is Deja Brew, waking you up to truth one drip at a time. And this is Beyond the Veil. Welcome, everyone. Tech support, Mike, Missy,
Hi.
Hello there.
Hello.
Jana, and Jennifer cannot be with us. We're talking about Three Eye Atlas today. Are you ready?
Ready.
Ready? All right. Well, I'm going to do a share screen and show you all what
Ready.
Jen got from it before we begin talking about what we got.
All right.
But figured I would pull some cards on this whole 3-eye atlas thing.
I can't see it.
Deck
Um,
I learned from Tarot by Janine, so I may read a little bit differently.
Can you all hear that, by the way?
I can hear, but I can't see it.
I can
But I
see
mean,
it.
that's fine.
It was a little low,
Okay.
but it seemed it's
Oh
paused.
wait, now I can see it.
Than other readers. So, what does the universe want to tell us about 3-eye atlas? Father God, guide my hands. Tell me when to stop shuffling. That one flipped out, so that's interesting. 2 of Cups. Okay. I'm just going to note that. I haven't gotten to the point where I take jumpers yet. I just tell God to tell me when to stop shuffling.
Oh my gosh.
Looks like I'm taking jumpers tonight. Oh my God. What? Okay, so we're going to doubly note that the 2 of freaking Cups. All right. Don't know if I mentioned we're doing the Kachina knife, but that's what we're going to do. Interesting. Okay. So we got the past, we got the now, we got the future, and then these are our advice. Okay. Because of my neck problems, I'm going to be holding these up. So we're going to flip to me. Okay. So in the past, we've got the Knight of Swords. Not Knight of Swords, sorry, King of Swords. In tarot, the way that I learned, the kings, like the court cards are a degree and a process. So the king would be like the master, okay? And swords, that's information, thoughts, and words. In this row, I'm gonna hold them up. Okay, we've got the High Priestess, says hidden secrets. We've got the 2 of Pentacles, juggling 2 physical things. Okay. In the middle, which is the energy in between these 2 cards, the 4 of Cups, and he's so focused here that he doesn't see what the universe is offering him. So I'm wondering if we are so focused on 3-eye atlas that we're not seeing something else. Like maybe this is, you know how the government likes to do the whole look over here while we're doing over here. So what is this a distraction from? That's what I got from that. Okay. Then here we've got the Strength, the King of Pentacles, and a Page. So these 2 are our advice. This is the outcome, another King, which I find that interesting. So court cards always trip me up. I don't know. I feel like it's bringing in since pentacles are physical, I feel like it's bringing in, like we started with this king. We started with this king. That's like truth, integrity, also knowledge. Swords are thoughts and words, information. We don't see what the universe is offering us because we're too focused on this. And this guy, he's very abundant. I think this is going to have something to do with the financial system. I don't know. I'm winging this, y'all. I'm out of practice with tarot. Okay. And then this is the advice. Strength, new beginnings. Taming your inner beast and getting strength through it. And then a whole new beginning. I stand by what I said. Yeah, I feel like this is the start of disclosure, and it's going to lead us to a whole new beginning. So, curious to see how this plays out. Later, y'all.
Okay. So that was Jen's take on it using the tarot. Missy, would you like to go next with yours? Your findings?
So I went into some meditation, and when I was in meditation, I've seen swirly, like yellow lights, like almost like a top, and then the top kind of went down, and then it just went poof, and it disappeared. I'm on the side of that this is a spaceship, that they're coming in to see how far we progress, and kind of like almost like, oh, they're judging us a little bit. Did we do what we were supposed to do in order to come out on top? So I'm going towards that it is a spaceship. I was kind of going back and forth between Planet Nibiru and the spaceship kind of thing, because a lot of the similarities kind of go hand in hand. But after meditation last night, I believe it's a spaceship.
Okay. Mike, what about you?
Well, I went about this a couple of different ways. I did do a meditation remote view, and I did a past, present, future with a tarot deck, and then I also did a one card pull from a custom tarot deck that I created myself. So I'll describe what I seen in my remote view first. I was thinking that I was going to be able to physically get on this uh, comet, or this object that we're all talking about here. I wasn't able to mount it. I wasn't able to get on it and lasso it, like Kelly says. But I did manage to get up into the cosmos and get to a viewpoint to where I could see it, and it was coming directly at me. I would assume I was probably about 5 to 10,000 miles in front of it. And what I seen was, and there's no jokes here intended, but to me, in my third eye, it really looked like I was looking at a nipple, and there was so much shooting off in all directions so evenly. There was so much debris that was coming off of this object that it actually looked like it represented the the I don't know how you pronounce it, the orello, the skin that's around the nipple, orella,
The areola.
areola. Oh
Hmm.
my gosh, I always butcher stuff like that. But the areola was actually the debris that was shooting off. There was so much shooting off that it was shooting off evenly, that it totally circumferenced the nipple, which was, the object that was coming in. So, and then I did another remote view of it while I'm on the Earth plane, and I'm looking up at the sky on Earth, and it's just very quiet. It's a very, very normal day. The only thing that's different is if you could feel it, and if you're sensitive enough, you can sense that the energies have changed, but they're good energies, and there's something that we're going to need going forward. And if I can go through my tarot deck, I did a past, present, future.
Yeah.
So past, I got first card was a 8 of discs right here. Okay. The second pool I got was 2 of cups, which it blew me away when
Uh,
Jennifer Jennifer got two. I mean, excuse me. Yeah, Jennifer
yeah.
got 2 of cups, and she also had this one fall on the ground, I
Uh,
believe. So
yeah.
that kind of blew me away. So that's present. And then what I got for future was Queen of Discs, was this card here. So let me give you the past was the first one that I said. Providence, excuse me, prudence. This 8 of discs, fruit of a great tree, intelligence applied to material matters. Now, this leads me to believe that this object, it did come from a very, very old part of the cosmos, which I believe had life. Okay, and I think
Mhm.
that there's probably evidence on this comet or whatever it is of life of from the oldest part of our galaxy.
Mm.
Okay, and then to describe the second card that I pulled, which was present, which was the 2 of cups. This one indicates love. It says love. Now the definition of this is Venus in Cancer, 2 overflowing cups filled with a lotus and twined with the dolphins of Venus. This is the harmonious union of male and female. So let's remember the what it says about the dolphin, because there's a lot of things that have to do with dolphins and water in my card pools here, which led me to believe that this comet possibly came from a very old, intelligent, loving dolphin like species. Okay. The final card that I pulled was future. This was the Queen of Discs. Okay, and the definition of this is represents the watery part of Earth, a woman ambitious in useful directions, affectionate and kind, charming, timid, practical, quiet, and domesticated. And what I get from the card physically here is you have a woman, but there's a lot of male aspects about this card. You have a ram, which
Mhm.
is represents a war, man, and you can see that she has horns herself, and she's sitting on a pretty manly
Mhm.
throne herself. So to me, this is a balance of masculinity and femininity, which I'm really big on. I'm
Mhm.
completely comfortable with my balanced Merkaba. And what I believe that is saying, if the listen to this. Did I already say the okay, look. Represents the watery part of the earth. Now, our earth is like mostly water, and we've had two two of these cards are describing dolphins.
Mhm.
So I kind of get the feeling that, like I said, this thing comes from a very intelligent, very old, very loving part of the galaxy. And a lot of the energies that are along with it are going to help us move forward in the direction that we're going, which is love. And I did one final single card pool out of my own deck that I created. I did a 1 card pool, and I got the lovers. And in this card that I made 2 dolphins here over the ocean and a couple of swans and a heart with the yin yang symbol in it. So to me, it was a lot of water, a lot of dolphins, and a lot of love, a lot of intelligence, a lot of femininity that is balanced with masculinity. So as much as I want to say that it was all these really, really neat things, it really wasn't as dramatic as I thought it was going to be. I think this object is just going to come and pass, but it's not going to pass without leaving the energies needed in order for us to move on to the direction that we still feel and know that's going to happen.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Um, Tech support, did you have anything you want to add to this?
Well, actually, yes, but you do have a few things I need to get together for this. I found a few extra little things to add in at the end,
Okay.
so you guys can continue talking for just a moment.
Okay.
I'll raise my hand when I'm done.
All right. Good deal. So I love how all of this came together because I already know what mine was too, right? And everything from Jen to Missy to you to what I've got completely works together in unison and harmony. I mean, I am like over the moon about this. So you said intelligence, something old, right? Loving, and I got that too. And we'll get to mine in a moment. I wanted to touch on also, you said the water is fluid, right? You spoke on the water. Water is fluid. Water is balanced, right? It gives us life. In order for us to navigate life and to grow on our soul journey, we're supposed to be fluid like the water,
Right?
right?
Like Bruce Lee said, yeah, be like water.
Exactly. Be like water. Um, so with mine, I also got the point of that this is something we have balanced. We have learned to balance and that we've succeeded. Okay. And I also got an intelligence that I'll touch on in a moment too. But I also wanted to point out that you pulled the Queen of Pentacles and Jen pulled the King of Pentacles, which again is balance
Yep.
between the male and the female. And it
Yes.
also goes right hand in hand with the Two of Cups and the Lovers cards that
Mm.
were pulled. So I really, really love that. And I too got the same message, much like you and Missy, that it comes in easy and passes in a poof, as Missy says, it passes in a poof, right, and goes away gently with no danger to us, right,
Right.
and leaves behind this wonderful energy. So here's what I got, and the nipple thing. As soon as you said it was shaped like a nipple, I was over here cracking up. I couldn't wait to tell you. I actually made a drawing. Let me see if I can. Let me turn this light off. Can you see the drawing at the very top of my page?
Yes.
Do I need to go closer to the camera?
Maybe a little bit because it looks like that ancient art where that being is in. Yes. Okay. I see you.
But isn't that nipple shaped?
Yeah.
That's a nipple shape. And
Yes.
with all this energy coming out the sides of it is what I saw. Okay. Now, I did a remote view and then a spontaneous channel once I realized there was intelligence attached to it. Okay.
Okay.
So, my first, and everyone knows that I'm hell bent on the whole binary star thing. So I'm thinking this is some kind of planetoid or, a part of the solar system that's inbound with the binary star. So I too was surprised that it's not that and that it's very much less dramatic than what we were anticipating as well. So I focused in on the object itself first and realized that it's not a planet, that it's a type of a ship of sorts, um, natural, biological, but also machine made in some ways. And then I got that there's an occupant on board, which is why I drew the one person inside. But it was actually that there's multiple people inside of it and that they are here to observe. They are curious. They are checking in or checking the temperature or the climate, if you will, with how well we've succeeded in our awakening and finding that balance. There is no harm that will come to us. We are completely safe. And so at that point, I'm like, oh, okay, so it's not Nibiru, right? And immediately, that's when the spontaneous channeling happened, where the voice clearly said, Nibiru is near, but not yet. And so I said, okay, are you the Anunnaki? What people talk about the Anunnaki? And the answer was yes, but no. And I'm like, please explain. They said, your name, not ours. We are a builder race, similar to the Brew Rishi that I too channel. So that was something they could help me to understand just how old and ancient they are. So again, that matches with what Mike got, because they are of a very old intelligence that's very loving and very patient and very kind with us. And they are merely here to observe us to see how well we have done with our leveling up and our growth and our, hopeful success at being the volunteers that are here to help raise the vibration of the planet and wake people up. And I was told that we have done very good at that. Um, and so there will be no danger. And it wasn't that they were judging us and that they decide whether there's danger or not, because all of that was us. All of that was dependent on us, similar to the two roads I was shown with the Hopi have, the lower road or the higher road. And either way, the inevitability is a new fresh earth, a new beginning, because Earth's vibration is changing, whether we do or not. And so we either change by choice or we change by force. Either way, it's still going to be a beautiful world at the end of the day, right? But luckily, we get through this on the easier end because we've done the work, is what I was shown. Now, I also saw it rotating and spinning, which was interesting because in Missy's meditation, she got like a spiraling movement happening,
Yeah, like a top.
and I could see it like tumbling, like head over top, right, or head over
Mm-hmm.
bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was shown an image of what they look like. When I got stuck on the whole builder race thing, I'm like, oh, I want to see you. I want to see what you look like. And I swear I just started drawing this picture of this
Oh,
square.
Easter Island.
He's like a square-headed, square jaw, and I didn't even think about Easter Island, Mike. I didn't even think about that, but it does look like the statues on
That's
Easter
a good
Island.
observation.
Yep.
It is, because I actually, the best I could do to liken it to was Frankenstein's head shape.
Well, I
because
mean,
he's
you
flat
have a
because
point.
he's flat-headed and he's got the square jaw, and it's a very large head, similar to like a gray would have a very large head, but it's square shaped. And you're right, it is just like the Easter Island statues. So that's pretty freaking cool because I never even thought about that. I was shown that they are on average 8 to 10 feet tall. They have the large squared face, head, and jaw. They're thin, but they're very, very strong, and they're way intelligent. And I was told that they are very wise in the sense of almost all knowing. And I'm like, okay, almost all knowing. What's that mean exactly? And I was shown that that means that they're very, very wise because they're very, very old, but they still have room to learn and experience as well.
Right.
I really like that. And interestingly enough, when I was being shown what they look like, do you see what I wrote above the head?
Wow.
444 is what I was shown. And I was actually doing like an audio recording of what I was seeing as I'm writing. And I looked down to pause the audio recording to draw the picture of what he looked like. And it was 444 on the audio recording as well.
Wow.
So,
And
and that's a special number to you, Mike. I know.
absolutely. I just happen to be wearing it today for right here.
Oh
It's on
my
my
God,
shirt.
you are.
Wow.
444.
That's amazing. And so when I looked up, I got to read this for everybody because not everybody will know what the spiritual meaning of 444 is, but it's very pertinent to this. It fits perfect.
And Missy said the same thing about they were checking in on us, seeing where easy for me to say,
Hmm.
where we were at.
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
all of this.
and I also got like it, that we're always going to be intertwined. Like I got the infinity sign, so I felt like it was like we're always going to be intertwined in some way, shape, or form.
Right. Oh, and let me just finish before I go on with what the 444 meaning is. Let me finish what I got from this because I also was told this is a 26. bleh, I got it too, Mike. A 26,000 year check-in point, and like Jen's tarot reading that she got, she felt like there was a message there, right? And Missy even got that too, but I don't think she even mentioned it when she was telling about it.
The
But she got
letter.
some kind of a type of writing, and she scribbled it down. It was like really cool little M's and N's and a weird E and some different things like that. And there was a message in it, but she couldn't figure out what her message was. And I was actually spoken to about this and said, "What is the message?" Remember Jen's viewpoint. I didn't know at the time that Missy also got a message, right? The answer is, what can you gain, not by understanding what Three Eye Atlas actually is, but what it brings and gives to you.
Hmm.
So again, that gift of leaving that energy, and Missy, also something you didn't mention is your infinity knot that you kept seeing.
Yeah, I just told Mike about that.
Oh,
You, yeah,
did you? I
yeah, that we
totally
were
missed.
like ever intertwining.
Oh yeah, because of
Yeah,
the infinity knot.
Yeah,
right. And that's on one of Jen's cards
Yes,
is uh the
the infinity.
the
Yeah.
page card. And then she just said the intertwining again. And one of the definitions of one of my cards was the two overflowing cups filled from a lotus and twined with the dolphins of Venus.
that's
I
crazy.
know. I mean, I love it how we have all come together. And I was just saying to Missy before we started the show that I wonder if we would benefit from all sitting together in a connected way to meditate for a little while on the topic before we move on, and do our discovery and stuff. But I think I got my answer, guys, because we did phenomenal being connected, even though we weren't sitting in the same Zoom room together. I mean, this is so freaking cool to me. Okay, so the spiritual meaning of the number 444, it signifies a powerful message of support and guidance from the angels, indicating your prayers are being heard and you are on the right path towards success and achieving your goals. It encourages you to build strong, secure foundations in life, trust your intuition, and remain focused, as this divine guidance helps you to manifest your desires and move into a new, higher phase of your destiny. I mean, how perfect is that?
Yeah.
For every bit of what this message gave us. I love it. Like, I
Yeah.
freaking love it.
Doesn't it feel like everything you needed to hear? Because
Yes.
that's what I always get from it.
Yes. And it's so, like, poignant for the message I was getting from the builder race, that, they're just coming to check us out and that we did really great, and we don't have to worry about any kind of danger from them or anything else, you know? And then you got that in your message, Missy got that in her message, and Jen even got that in hers, that it's a safety thing. There's no danger or worry, right? There's no real concern for us from this incoming object that
No, it's a
every
necessity, and it's also we wouldn't be getting the message or the energy that we're supposed to be getting if we weren't at the level of consciousness that we are right now.
That's
That's
right.
true.
That's right.
We
And I
wouldn't have
freaking love it.
even took a second blink or batted an eye, so to speak.
Right.
Because
Exactly.
like I was telling you earlier before we really started diving into this, Kelly, because I was a procrastinator and I knew I was going to wait until either the night before or 3.5 hours before our show, which I did,
Yep.
which is just I kind of lost track of my thinking there, but yeah, I'll take a break. It'll come back to me.
Okay. Well, I mean, you were talking about how it just all fell into place as it should, and it's because of our level of growth, right? And
Right.
the things that we've been doing in our own inner work. And I think it's really beautiful that to me this feels like evidence or proof, if you will, of how each one of us really are that lighthouse that causes that ripple effect out into the world and connects more people and mends more of the broken things and heals where only love can, and that collectively now we have really raised our vibration to this level where we don't that like we've already made the choice. We made the choice. We don't have to take the low road anymore and do the hard lessons. We've learned them, and now we can. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy breezy and we get to skate right through or anything, but I feel like the lessons aren't going to be as hard and troublesome from this point on because we've successfully collectively learned, and we're ready now. We're ready to learn new things, better things. Like talk to them aliens, like at one sitting by your shoulder. Lizzie, you have anything to say about it?
I'm excited because, like, I'm new at this, so I'm like, I don't even like, what am I seeing? What am I supposed? I mean, it took a while for me to figure out what that was. When I meditated, but I'm looking forward to growing every day, every time we do this, just to seeing what comes of it, and how much more I gain from it,
Yeah,
and how much more I can give to the group. So,
definitely. Because everything that you contributed was pertinent and important and matched beautifully, even though we all came at it from a different angle. And that's something that I want the viewers to really notice, and all of us, that we can all bring a different piece of the puzzle and it still makes a really beautiful picture
mhm,
that's in agreement,
yeah.
you know,
Yes.
an agreeable picture. And it doesn't matter what level you're at in this. The the only thing that really matters is that you're open to the experience and open to allowing this information in, and it flows very easily.
Mhm.
And Missy is a prime example of that. You all just don't know how incredibly proud I am of her, because she was one of those people that truly believed that only certain people can do this, and she didn't think she was one of them. And she has just grown in leaps and bounds in the past few years. Just really, even in the past 6 months, enormous growth for her in her own abilities. And I'm just very proud of that. And I want everyone to never ever sell their self short or think their self small, because we do all have this ability. And it really is something that flows to you naturally once you allow yourself to open up to it. Now, tech support, do you have your 2 cents worth ready?
Yes.
Okay, you're a little loud.
Yeah. So I just
Still,
wanted to add this in.
still a little loud.
Mike, okay. So Mike, your
Yes.
stuff, okay, everybody's stuff had something about everything was infinitely intertwined. And something I noticed is that the yin yang is on your custom tarot cards. That also has a similar meaning to the infinity symbol.
Yes,
It depends on what topic you're explaining it in, but it can mean that.
yes. It's about the balance and the continuity. Yeah, you're correct there. And I love the dolphins and the swans in it too. Great cards.
Yes, me
Yeah,
too.
and
You did great.
yes, tech support. And see, and it also goes hand in hand with the femininity and masculinity balance of the Merkaba
Yes.
Yes,
that we're talking about. Yes.
absolutely. I love how it all fits so good.
And I'm just gonna say I'm a fan of dolphins, so them are fabulous.
I think we all are, right? Pretty much. I mean, everybody here is a big fan of dolphins. I feel like they're family.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to share screen because also I found something. So do you see my screen?
I see your share screen.
Yes.
It's got all of us on it. Yeah.
So, uh,
Oh,
this.
What is that?
yeah. That's a
Give me
female
a sec.
male, I believe.
A female
Yes,
what,
it
Mike?
is.
A
So I
verbal.
found this. It's some type of dolphin humanoid.
Wow.
Really?
Yes. That's
I
exactly
found it
what it
by
is.
doing a Google search, and I thought that was very interesting.
Oh my gosh.
The
And something I noticed about them is that they are very similar to a fictional species, I guess you would say,
Mm-hmm.
which is this. Oh, excuse that. Clicking off the whole page. I believe this one. Technical difficulties with export screen.
we're almost there.
Yes, it's loaded. So this here is a fictional character called the Zora from The Legend of Zelda. I'm sure you've heard of it,
Mm-hmm.
but it is described as an anthropomorphic, aquatic, amphibious humanoid. So something I noticed is that it has these fin things
Mm-hmm.
on its arms, which is also on the other picture.
Right?
Now, up here is more of a tail thing,
Mm-hmm.
which is a tail over here on the other creature. So
Right.
I'm wondering if they were trying to tell us. Just saying, putting that out there.
Hmm.
As soon as this lets me click off, why does it keep doing that?
Okay. So yeah, I love your however you say it, orbit.
Anthropomorphic?
Thank you. That word. Um, idea that
Yes.
you got going on here because I have always felt like um one of our builder races were like Poseidon and those type of people, right? That were more aquatic. And interestingly enough, up until the
Yeah.
60s in public school here in America, we were actually taught that we did come from some type of amphibian that came onto the land and evolved. And then all of a sudden they changed it to monkeys. So
Yes. So
I do feel like there's a connection there with dolphins and dolphin type people. And, um, ironically, one of Poseidon's sons' name was Atlas. So that also
Hmm.
is interesting how that fits into it.
yes. So I myself done a little bit of trance channeling. I did
Mhm.
not get much information, but I did get that both times. One time I got actual verbal answers, and the other I just was seeing a bazillion flashes of like pictures of things.
All right. Tell us what you got.
So the first time was the verbal one. I had directly asked the Akashic Records about it. So they said it is a part biological, part spacecraft type object, but us humans would call it a spaceship or a rock, depending on which viewpoint you have. which
Okay.
I thought was interesting because scientists have been calling it a comet, which it certainly isn't.
Mm-hmm. Except for Avi Loeb, who calls it a spaceship.
Yes, which I have another
Mhm.
thing that he said that I want to add in just at the end. Is
Okay.
a side note for proof that's not a comet and they're
Okay.
covering something up.
Okay. Yep. I have a few things to show as well.
So, um, then the other time was the visuals, and it was kind of hard for me to remember because it was the other day.
Okay.
So, yeah, and I forgot.
All right. Do the best you can.
So, I know that I saw a moon, a spacecraft, and I believe some type of aliens. If I didn't, my intuition was saying something.
Okay.
But I think that it is a part biological, part robotic type craft, which I think most UFOs are, and it definitely has an occupant inside.
Okay. So see,
So,
even what you picked up on matches what we all picked up on too.
yes, and that leads me to my other thing. I also done a bit of tarot, and the funny thing here is Jen and Mike both got the Two of Cups,
Mm-hmm.
and Jen got the Page of Pentacles, I believe.
Yeah.
And I had actually gotten the Page of Cups.
Okay.
And I believe the Death card, which does not mean literal death, just anyone that
No.
doesn't know.
Right. It's the end
It
of one
never.
thing and the beginning of a new.
Yes, it is
And all of
rebirth.
the pages are about starting new beginnings, being brave enough to try the new
Yes.
beginnings. Yeah.
And the deck I was using, it the Death card looked a lot like the Knight card, so and the Knight usually means new beginnings, so that's
Mm-hmm.
another thing.
Right.
So my observation here is gonna do this again. So I was listening to something and it said that Professor Avi Loeb had speculated that they edited wrong thing. That they edited the photo of the comet, quote unquote comet. It's definitely not a comet, but that's just the quote. So as someone who edits a lot of things, like almost daily, I tried this and went to my free paint app, put a picture in there with no tail, smeared it, and I got almost the exact same results. Now, my
Oh,
theory
you mean
is,
as that picture that they've been putting out lately that says it's getting a tail?
I believe,
Yeah,
I
because there's been a
believe,
lot of speculation that those newest photos that NASA put out are actually something that they photoshopped. And that's what I'm going to do a share screen on here in a minute because I have the actual photograph.
yes. Um, so the photo I have is one of those just blank photos
Okay.
before they were saying it had a tail.
Okay.
So let me just try and get my share screen pulled up. Bear
All
with
right.
me.
All right. Well, let's try to wrap that part up. Okay.
Yes. So here is a picture. This one up here is the one I tried editing myself. Now, I did not do a very good job, so just know. The thing here is it already has a halo, or what they're saying is debris circulating around it. That may be possible, but it could also be light from it. You don't know. We don't know.
Hmm.
So here. I hope this is the right one, but oh, wrong button. Through here, you can see where I edited the tail part.
Okay.
So what I'm thinking is they did edit it because they don't want us knowing that UFOs are real. And we know NASA is not very trustworthy with a lot of things.
True.
So yeah. And
Okay.
the other photo I shown was a side by side. So you may continue.
Okay.
I will set
Very
up.
good. Very good. And I just want to point out to everyone listening, that is my 10-year-old daughter who has recently took it upon herself to do her own trance channeling. And she's getting very good at it. So if a 10-year-old can do it, we can do it. I mean, it's built into everybody, right? You just have to be brave enough to try. Now, I did some research actually on the location of Three Eye Atlas and where it came from, and it came from the constellation Sagittarius. Now,
Yes.
the Sagittarius constellation is out on the outer edges of the Milky Way galaxy, just as we are, because we have both just recently been, either created or brought in. Our case, we were just created relatively new compared to other star systems. And then the Sagittarius star system has been like dragged into the end of it. So it's right there. It's literally in our backyard. And it's also, it kind of hangs out in the dark rift of the Milky Way where all of the dwarf stars live, which are the oldest stars in the galaxy. And clearly, there's going to be life there that would be way older, way more intelligent than we are. And I found an interesting correlation. Does anyone remember 1977 and the wow signal? When the astronomers that were watching for signals from space, they got this one that hit a 7 on the chart, and they circled it and they wrote wow next to it because it was definitely a type of communication that we had never received before, a type of signal. Well, interestingly enough, the wow signal actually comes from the Sagittarius constellation. And I just think that's very interesting that that is also where Three Eye Atlas came from. And it makes me wonder if our builder races don't even live in our solar system at all, right?
Right.
And
Yeah.
they live somewhere further away, but
Mhm.
they're still kind of our neighbors because they got to stay close enough to keep an eye on us, right?
Right.
So pretty
That,
cool, pretty cool how that connected. And just a fun side fact that may or may not have anything to do with it. The day that Elvis died was the same day we received the wow signal.
mm.
It's the same day. So just interesting little fun fact to add to that, which I feel like someday I'm going to discover has meaning, has more meaning.
Well, yeah, you know how they always said Elvis has left the building,
Yep.
and and then there's the conspiracies that he never have has really left the building. So the
Hmm.
creators, just because they're so far, it may appear as if they have left the building, but in actuality, they really have not left the building.
Oh, that's a perfect
Mhm.
analogy. I love that. Yeah, that's a really good analogy. Now, real quick,
Yes.
I just want to do a share screen and show you what I found that is allegedly actual photos of Three Eye Atlas.
Yeah, one of the photos I found from one of the which one was it? Not the Hubble, but the there's another one I
James Webb.
seen. Yes, thank you, hon. So
You're
that
welcome.
one, there was one that the James Webb took a picture of where I was like, "There's my nipple and there's my areola, or areola."
Your areola?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was the same way. It was the same the view that I seen it too.
Right.
It was coming right at me.
So this is supposedly showing like some type of a crater shape on Three Eye Atlas. Like this whole entire picture is Three Eye Atlas, but this thing in the center, like a nipple.
Jeez.
That crazy.
Isn't that wild?
And remember, I was like, what is all
I
that
did
stuff
not see
around
this
that?
one. Wait a minute. This is a shot of AI Atlas.
Yeah.
Is this like a close, like a very close up of of the object itself,
Yes.
like a crater that's within
Yeah.
it?
They're calling it a crater, but I think it looks more like a bump or a nipple.
Jeez. Yeah,
But
it
yeah,
does.
this see this picture here is like the whole entire thing, right? All of that is it in its entirety.
Mike, what does that look like?
Yeah, come on now.
It looks like a nipple and an areola,
Yeah, a very
Oh,
healthy
wow.
areola.
right? How weird is that? How weird is that?
I mean, I'm a clown, I'm a comedian, but when I wrote this down, it wasn't meant to be funny at all. It's exactly what I seen. Okay, leave it here.
And this
Kelly,
is what I was this is how
Kelly,
I envisioned it instead of
yeah.
seeing a nipple like a
Well,
man would
yeah,
see.
Kelly, that looks
No
like
kidding. No,
that
no,
that looks
no
like
pun
what you drew.
intended, Mike.
This is what
This
I
is my
thought.
boob shape.
Well, I mean, it looks a lot like what you drew.
Yeah,
It really does. That's the first thing I thought of was that ancient
yeah,
artist depiction of the man in the man or the being in that craft that's looking behind him as he's driving. Actually, there's another one. Oh yeah, that's the one in the front. The one that you
yeah.
have your yeah, the one that you have your little cursor on right now. The one in the
Here,
center.
this
That
one.
looks a lot like what you drew. And that's
Yes,
it looks a lot like what I thought it looked like when you showed it
yes,
to us.
right. And this is actually the image that was drawn in the ancient biblical artwork to represent the quote unquote star that came to visit Mary before Jesus's birth.
Wow. Right.
And
This is not supposed to be depicting a ship that's in the local sky that someone's looking at on the ground. That is supposed to be a star.
yeah,
That's amazing.
that's a star with the angel inside of it that came to Mary, right? So, builder race, anyone?
And the basic shape without the prongs looks like like a top, like a spinning top, like you would spin on
Yep.
the
Right,
floor.
right,
Right.
exactly. Right. Here's one that somebody tried to make a representation of it, and that to me, that even looks like a top.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought that was so cool. I was like, "No freaking way." And then there's this, and I think this is just misinformation, honestly, to make people scared. I'm gonna make this bigger if I can. Here we go. This is an alleged leaked NASA memo about Atlas, and it says, and it was posted on the dark web. It says, op is not wrong. Object is not natural. We call it class 7. Instructions were given to keep narrative contained. Public cannot know. Check DSN anomaly report. Transmission number 411-C before it disappears. 17 days until first major orbital deviation. Don't ask how I know. This account will be gone soon. Check the skies yourself. Its acceleration has been logged by amateur astronomers. NASA scrubbed 2 live feeds last week. Why? Because it made a course correction on camera. Natural bodies don't do that. NASA internal, for eyes only, date of August 2nd, 2025, of the subject of C 2019Y4, which is also known as 3I Atlas. Anomalous behavior and classification update. Do not disturb. Level 5 clearance required. The object previously designated as Comet Atlas exhibits accelerative properties inconsistent with Newtonian predictions. Preliminary analysis indicates non-gravitational influences of unknown origin. Surface scans suggest highly reflective composite material, spectral anomalies recorded. Now, this is the part that I think is part of the disinformation. Action items. Suspend all public discussion of Object C 2019 Y4 outside scripted narrative. Redirect external communications to standard comet disintegration protocol. Neutralize unauthorized dissemination on digital platforms. See Directive 12.4. Confidential. Object appears to be under active vector control. Maintain operational silence. Further intelligence pending from DSN and NORAD intercept. End of memo. So that's their plan, to be misinformation and to not let people be aware that this is a UFO, that this does have intelligent beings on board it, and not just are they intelligent, they are our builder race. There's somebody who is gravely invested in our growth and progress. Go ahead.
I just remembered what I forgot I was talking about earlier, and I was telling Kelly a few days prior to this, we were talking about it a little bit, and to me, we had the what was the Hawaiian name of that other object that was in our
Amuamua.
that one, and then we had the one before it. Well, this is
Hmm.
the third object. So to
Right.
me, it really seemed like somebody was throwing rocks around the corner. Like,
Yep.
here you go. There's one. Let's see how they go. Here everything goes. Okay, here goes another one. Because these are very rare, right?
Hmm.
These rocks or these objects are coming from outside our system, which is what makes this all very rare.
Right.
So I don't know. There's just something about that third rock that they threw. Like here's
Hmm.
the third one.
Hmm.
I don't know if we're all supposed to just think, oh, it's just another rock,
Right.
or it's just another fear builder,
Hmm.
to pave the way to because I believe these 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 people are desperate still. They're desperate measures right now. They're desperate. They're trying to do everything they can
Yeah.
because they cannot stop what's coming.
That's it. That's it. That's exactly what it is. They're trying to stop the Great Awakening.
Nothing
And
can
so
stop what's coming.
that's right. Nothing can stop what is coming because we already have taken it into our own hands, many individuals, not just our group, to look and see what really is Three Eye Atlas because we're not going to take their word for it.
Right. We don't obviously, like tech support said, we don't trust NASA anymore. That's silly. We know that they alter pictures. They have a history of that, and we
Hmm.
know where NASA came from anyway.
Yeah, the Nazis. They're a NASA instead of a Nazi. Change a vowel and change a meaning.
Right, it's still in our face.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And yeah, I think we're spot on with that. That they don't want us to realize that it really is a UFO ship and has occupants on board it. They would rather us believe that it's just a comet and be sheeple. And the first one that came around was like a smaller scout. The second one, Oumuamua, was a bigger scout, a bigger craft that probably had occupants on board, I would guess. And then this one has a boatload of people on board. Like there were multitudes of souls there, multitudes. I couldn't even tell you exactly how many.
And with the amount of alien UFO takeover fear movies that we all
Mhm.
grew up watching,
Right,
at this point we were supposed to be all in on the fear aspect of probably all three of these.
right.
Mhm.
And we're not.
We're
People aren't
not.
doing that because the government is also testing the temperature, right? Feeling for the wind, which way the wind blows.
Hmm.
And as a majority, we're not freaked out if it's a UFO. We're not freaked out.
Right.
If anything, we're happy.
Yeah.
So
Right.
they can't go with their whole Project Bluebeam or whatever. And I don't believe that's a real thing anyway. But they can't go with any of those war of the world narratives because we're not on board with it. And we are the co-creators of this collective consciousness. So it gets created the way that we see fit. They're just trying to be the driver, and we're not letting them be the driver anymore.
We're so much more powerful than we're led to believe. That it just comes down to that. And the more and more
Exactly.
Yes.
powerful that we get, the more and more farther they get from completing any agenda that they have planned. And they have tons of them because it just goes to show you how powerful of a being we are. There is an all out attack war. It's a spiritual war and it's against humankind. And it just goes to show you how powerful we are sitting here having these kind of conversations, these kind of discussions.
Right. I agree. And we are who we've been waiting for.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We always have been and we always will be. Oh my God, guys. So we're totally in unison here and in agreement that this was some type of a craft,
Mm-hmm.
and it brings a message that we've done great, we've leveled up, we're safe, we're loved. What else?
We've completed the task.
We've completed our task. Yeah, we've done good. We had success. Yeah. It's almost like we passed a test that was okay if we failed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just all a learning curve anyway. But yeah, I feel like as volunteers, we did successfully get everybody over that first hump, the big one.
Right.
Yeah.
As much as I wanted to say this is what this was going to be, I couldn't because I just didn't feel like this was the big event.
Yeah.
This was not the rapture.
Right. Me neither. Me neither.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that I was pretty convinced that this has got to have something to do with the binary star, which I still feel like it does,
Right.
just
It could
not in
very
the
well.
same threatening way as I was thinking to begin with. With my own thinking, I was like, okay, this is what's causing our earthquakes. This is what's causing the volcanoes, and it's gonna get worse. And I'm thinking all those things, right?
Yeah, because
Because
those
that's
energies are there.
right, because those energies are there, and that is something that cyclically through history has happened to our planet when it comes near, but not always. And that was, always the message that I was told as a young child, is that the reason we came here in such a large number this time was so that we could successfully get through this change without all of that complete and utter destruction. And so for me, my takeaway from learning what Three Eye Atlas truly is a gift of the peace that I have in my mind now, that yes, the collective has leveled up enough that we don't have to fear anything at all that could be coming, because that's not in our timeline now.
One of the things that really kept distracting me as I tried to meditate about this object was Gobekli Tepe. For some reason, I could not get that out of my mind. And I'm a big fan of ancient stone structures, Stonehenge in particular. And they're always finding things that predate Stonehenge, predate the pyramids of Egypt. And well, when they started discovering Gobekli Tepe back, it wasn't even that long ago, right? It was like 2017, I believe, when some farmer or whatever started discovering it somewhere up in the Turkey Hills in this mound. And this predates Stonehenge 12,500 years, 12,500 years before Stonehenge.
Mhm.
So it really distracted my meditation was what's going on here. with all these little ruins of circles, which they have stopped excavating. They have halted everything. And there's even areas that are far from, not too far from this area in particular, they're finding that date even further back than that. Because up until this point, this area that you're showing now, it even predates, some of the Sumerian cultures, which we were believing that's, you couldn't get any older than the Sumerians, right?
Hmm.
Look at this place. This place is just full of carvings of animals, jaguars,
Right.
of um it's just full of animals. And it doesn't seem like it actually had like a top to it either, from what I gather, because it kind of looks
Yeah.
like that's what's missing. So if you can imagine, they say that there was probably even fur on the walls, just loaded with color,
Yeah.
animals. I don't
Yeah.
know what it is. I don't know what it is and why, it just
I
kept
feel like
popping
it's a
into my head.
library. I feel like it's a library of records.
Yeah, and then that makes me think
Possibly.
of, right, what was underneath, what they found underneath the one of the pyramids, and then what Chris Bledsoe and others have spoken about, what's underneath the right paw of the Sphinx.
Hmm.
You're talking about information. You're talking about stuff that we have a right. I feel like we have a natural born right to know a majority of these things that we're just guessing. It's like it's been history's been hijacked over and over. This place was
Hmm.
buried, from what I gathered. It was
Yeah.
intentionally buried, and I don't know if it was intentionally buried because of a catastrophe that they foreseen, and they wanted to preserve it just the way it was and not have it manipulated by local governments, which governments have a history of doing.
Hmm.
Yep.
I agree. And you see the three handbags at the top of this stone? See the three handbag
Yes, there.
purses that are
What's in the
also
hand?
seen in
Yeah,
Egypt. And I
yeah.
believe that this is the briefcase of knowledge, right?
Information. Yeah.
It's the information, it's the wisdom. Yeah. And they carry the
Possible.
wisdom. So who are they really? Are they actually our builder races? And you mentioned Sumerian as you were talking about Göbekli Tepe. And I
Yeah.
find it interesting that you bring that up because when I was trying to help Missy to find some type of writing that looked like what she saw in her meditation, um, it actually was very close to Sumerian.
See, and then the Sumerian and the Anunnaki, I believe, have statues and carvings of this bag, as they're holding,
Mhm.
as they have that Sumerian watch, that the rose watch, the
Right,
flower, the daisy.
right. And then this is Easter Island.
And there's your Easter
There's your
Island, and they're
face.
all facing,
Totally the square head.
yeah, and they're facing a certain
Yup.
direction there that makes me believe. And obvious, I mean, we've come to learn that they're buried. Most of their body is buried underneath.
Yeah, those are
So,
full body statues.
some things can get buried from flash flooding,
Mhm.
mud floods,
Yeah,
um, or some things can be preserved
That
and buried on purpose as
right,
well.
exactly, exactly.
Kelly, that fifth one in, you know how you got your head on your guy's flat top? Look at it. It's flat.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty much
Yep.
all flat. Let me show you another picture. But yeah, they're almost all of them, or I guess all of them, have a flat head.
From what I
I've
gather
I've
on
never
my
seen those.
research, oh yeah, wow, yes. In my research of that island, I guess that used to be like heaven on earth. I mean, it was a beautiful island that flourished with fawn, and
Yeah,
it just didn't have the intelligence to preserve the trees. like once the last tree was cut, that was it.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think it's really fascinating how we connected all of these dots
It must
with
be
our
knowledge.
with us just tapping in the way we knew how to do it best. Some with tarot, some without, some with remote viewing, some without, some with meditation, some without, some with
Right.
channeling, some without,
Yeah.
and the whole mix in between. I mean, I just love how we all took our own separate approach and came up with a full picture here.
Yeah. I almost pulled out my dowsing rods, but I didn't have enough time.
Ah, I have dowsing rods. Let's do them. Let's do them,
Let's
Mike.
do it.
Get
This will
yours.
be the what you were thinking that we should all do together live.
There you go. Missy, you want some dowsing rods? I have 2 pair.
Yep.
Sorry, tech support. I don't have a 3rd pair.
It's
Oh,
all right. No worries.
I'll go get mine.
Okay, go get them.
I got.
Oh, sorry about that. I didn't mean for it to roll right off the table. I'm excited. Let's do these dowsing rods. I love a good excuse to do the rods.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What do we want to ask, Kelly?
I don't know. Something about this 3-eye atlas. What do you think?
Are we on the right track with our ideas and thoughts with the 3-eye atlas?
Mine didn't
Are we
waste
on
no
the right
time.
track? I'm asking my higher self. I'm asking our higher selves as a group together. Just curious to know if we are on the right track with with some of the things that we have discussed today.
Put them here. Maybe you can see them better.
All right, I'm coming together.
Yeah,
Yep.
I've got a resounding yes. Mine are
Yep.
so
Me
I've got a
too.
crossed.
yes. I'm crossed.
Mine are so crossed they can't cross any further.
Yep.
Yep,
Me too.
mine are crossing right in the center. Yep.
All right. Definite resounding yes.
Okay.
Missy, you have a question?
No.
All right. I'll come back to you. Um,
It's ready for another question.
I know mine are just like, come on already.
Yeah,
Are the builder races proud of us for our growth? I have a yes.
Have a yes.
It's a big yes too.
mine's starting to go,
Yeah.
but it's slow.
Are you sitting comfortably enough?
I'm trying.
Because sometimes when I'm not sitting completely comfortable, it's resistant through my rods.
I feel the energy wanting to bring them together, but
I
it's
do too.
but they're not giving me a definitive.
I'll ask again. Are the builder races proud of us for our growth?
Oh, I got it.
There he is.
I got it. And I was closing
I
my
am.
eyes.
Yep. There it is. Okay. Missy, can you
What?
think of one yet?
Um, will we gain knowledge that we do not currently have as they go by, as the builder race goes by?
All right.
I got a yes immediately before she even finished that
Got it
sentence.
out.
I did too.
Me too.
All right. Sweet.
I think, and I know, but I'm going to ask anyway, are we on track as a group with the things that we're working on together now? As a group, I'm asking our higher selves, as a group, are we doing well and making our angels proud?
I got a
Everything's
yes.
yes.
I already have a yes.
Okay,
Yep, already got a yes.
thank you.
Yeah. Tech support, do you have a question you want us to ask the rods?
Let me think about that.
All right, we'll come back to you. You think about it. I want to ask, hmm, are we truly over the biggest hurdles?
Oh gosh.
I said yes right away.
Yeah, you know what? Mine has a delay
Damn.
because I'm on the West Coast. I just figured it out. Do you see mine? Do you see mine?
Yes.
I seen how dramatic yours was, and I was so
Yes.
jealous. I was so jealous. I
It's
was
because
almost
I'm East
sad.
Coast, baby.
Look, yeah, yeah.
Too
Well,
funny.
you're Central, right?
Yeah, I'm really near
Okay.
Central. Yeah. But I'm closer to
You're
East
still
than I am
claiming
to
East
middle.
Coast, baby.
But I am closer to the East than the middle.
Uh,
So,
yeah, I'm in the West Coast. That's why I had a delay. That's why mine's been doing that. Okay.
yeah, it's your West Coast delay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Love it.
Uh,
That is pretty cool.
Missy, do
Yeah.
you have any more questions?
I'm good.
Well, she already put the rods away.
I'm
She's
good.
never, have you ever used dowsing rods before?
Once or twice.
Have you? I love using them. Okay. Tech support, do you have a question for our rods?
Oh yeah. So um, I don't have any.
You don't have any? All
Nope.
right. Mike, can you think of anything else you want to ask?
Well, they're saying no for the first time, and I think it's just because she didn't have anything
It was saying,
Uh,
nope, she ain't
because
got
she
it.
was saying no. Yeah.
Yeah. Nope, she ain't got nothing. Mine
No.
are just
I
itching to do something, though. They're just really, really ready to give an answer.
yep.
Oh,
Yep, they
wow.
sure
Yeah.
are. They're itching. Mine just did it too.
Oh, geez.
Yes, we're ready to answer more
Oh, jeez.
questions. All right, now I feel the pressure. We got to find some more questions.
Now I know why Grandpa always had these.
They're fun, aren't they? They're so fun to use.
They really are.
Okay, so
Uh,
I don't know what to ask. I think we asked all the big ones, didn't we?
what about a collective question?
Oh my God, they're telling me no. We didn't ask all the big ones. What's another
Right.
big one?
There's so many.
I know.
And
What's gonna happen to? Oh,
it's
sorry. Go
good
ahead.
practice. It's good practice to be put on the spot and to
Yeah.
say, you ask your questions. It's
Yeah.
like a genie in a bottle. What's your three wishes? Like you think you're gonna know what you're gonna wish for, but once it happens to you and you get put on the spot, that's the thing.
Right.
What questions do you ask? I mean, the questions that we all ask are, or a lot of people ask are, obviously, are we all alone? Or is there other life out there? Is there life after death? These things most people want to ask, and then, I know that each one of us know the answer to that,
Right.
but and when you know those answers, like I know there's life after death. I know that we're not alone, but some people
Mhm.
they're not ready for that. They're not they want to know. They want to believe, like that poster on the X
I
Files, and
want to
that always
believe.
bothered me. I
Yeah.
know. I don't need to I want to believe.
Right.
I already know.
Right. I have a question.
Okay.
Will our Beyond the Veil show create a beautiful ripple effect for everyone viewing it to help them to grow? Boom.
Um,
Let's wait for the West Coast here.
Yep.
You're so funny.
I hate looking at it. I don't like looking at it because I'm
You feel
always
like you're
feel
moving
I'm
it?
yeah, I always feel like if I'm looking at it, I'm gonna steer it in a direction. So I just check on it
Yep.
every once in a while, and it's doing its little
Yep.
there it
thing.
goes.
There it
It's
went.
doing its little thing.
Yep. It said
There's
yes.
there's not much that it said no for because
Yep.
we haven't really tested it that way. We haven't asked it. I don't want to disrespect it though either. I feel like I would be disrespecting it by asking us a question that I know
Yeah.
should be no. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So I think I'm done with them for today. That was fun. That's the most that
That
I've
was
actually
fun.
played with these in a long, long time.
I love
I
the
actually have
answers.
two pairs of these. They're really nice.
Yeah.
Copper. Got the copper smell going.
I know. I love the smell of copper. I really do. And I love my dowsing rods. Um,
Yes.
and I love that we all got the same answers on the dowsing rods and that the audience got to see us use them too, because a lot of people don't understand what dowsing rods are and how easy they are to use or fun. So that was pretty cool and fun to do and show
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah.
I like that a lot. Okay, closing thoughts. Anybody? We'll just go around the table. We'll start with tech support.
All right. So I think it's some kind of biological spaceship with a bunch of aliens on it.
Okay, Missy.
I think that we're in for a pleasant surprise. It's not what we expected, and then according to our dowsing rods, we're going to get some more information that we haven't received yet. So I'm looking forward to that.
Mike.
Whatever this object is, hey, I'm a UFO experiencer, but I'm not dead set on it being an actual craft, but I'm also not set against it. Whatever it is, it's got the energy behind it that we need and which we are going to get because we're at that level of consciousness. And from what I gathered, it's got a lot of love behind it and a lot of intelligence and a lot of history.
Yeah. And my takeaway and closing thoughts are that I'm really grateful for the message that was relayed, that we have successfully done the work that we needed to do to level up, to raise the collective consciousness, and to do good so that we don't have to suffer more of the bad humps. So I'm really grateful for that for everyone because for me, that's something that has always been a burden on my heart about knowing that these potential earth changes could be really drastically life changing for so many people because so many different people have so many different um, perspectives and situations that would basically render them probably not doing very well and surviving this. And I didn't want that for anyone. I didn't want to know that kind of suffering exists. So for me, I'm very grateful to know that so many more souls are going to be spared from desolate, destitute situations, and that we can all continue to strive for the best and to grow together. And I thank you for tuning in and watching our show. And I thank all of my people for all of their work that they've put into this to make it a great show. Um, and yeah, stay tuned. We'll see you again next Sunday to do some more.
Good night.
Good night.